Okay, we started to do this in our live lesson, but we decided it might be easier to do it as a video. We're looking at dividing amounts into a given ratio. Now the first problem we've got here, William and John have to split this £100 prize money in the ratio 2 to 3. William and John, because William's name's first, that means he's represented by the first number in the ratio. So he gets 2 parts for every 3 that John gets. So William has 2 shares and John has 3 shares. The first thing we need to do is understand that altogether there are 5 shares. We've got £100 in total. I'm going to divide it by 5 to find out how much each of those shares is worth. Most of you will know just by looking at it that that's 20. If you're not sure, you can do a division, step division sum. So there are 5 parts altogether, £20 per share. So now we're going to take this ratio, and William is going to get 2 shares at £20 each, so he's going to get £40. And John is going to get 3 shares, at £20 each, so he's going to get £60. And then we're just going to check, does that make sense? 40 plus 60 is 100, and I had £100 prize money, so yes, I've divided it correctly. Okay, in our second example, Emma and Freya are splitting prize money. Now they've been given £160, and the ratio that they're using is 3 to 5. So take a moment to think, who is the 3 representing and who's the 5 representing? Emma gets 3 shares and Freya gets 5. So altogether there are 8 shares. I've got a total of £160. If I divide that by 8, I can work out that each share, it's worth £20 again. Shares are not always worth £20. And now I'm going to split the money. So Emma is 3 shares at £20 each, which gives her £60. And Freya has 5 shares at £20 each, which gives her £100. Altogether £160, and that was the total we had, so we're happy we've allocated it correctly. Now the previous 2 examples we had a total that we were dividing a ratio. This time we're going to look at a different type of problem, and ratio is something that comes up a lot in cooking or baking. So we're going to look at making pancakes. If we're told that the flour to liquid ratio is 2 to 3, now the liquid could be various things. It could be milk, it could be water, it could be, some people put egg, mashed banana, whatever. The ratio of dried goods to liquid is 2 to 3. Now if I want 10 cups of pancakes, what do I need to do? Well, for every 2 cups of flour I need 3 cups of liquid, so 5 cups altogether. I actually want to have 10 cups in total, so I'm going to have to double everything, aren't I? I need twice as much of that recipe. So that means for flour, the reason I know I need twice as much is because 10 is twice as much as 5. For flour, I had 2 cups before, I need double that, so I'm going to do 4 cups. For liquid, I had 3 cups, I need twice as much as that, so I'm going to have 6 cups. 4 cups of flour, 6 cups of liquid, mix them together, we're going to have an awful lot of pancakes. We're still looking at the pancakes, but this time we don't know how much we want to make in total. We just know that we've only got 1.5 cups of liquid. So I'm going to write this one out slightly differently. So for 2 cups of flour, I need 3 cups of liquid. Now in our scenario here, I've got 1.5 cups of liquid. How am I going to work out how much flour I need? What's happened here to get from 3 to 1.5? I've divided by 2, or halved it. So if I've got half the amount of liquid, I'm also going to want to have half the amount of flour. Which means I'm going to have 1 cup of flour. 1 cup of flour, 1.5 cups of liquid. That'll give me 2.5 cups of pancake mix. It's more likely that I'm going to be restricted by how much flour I have than how much liquid. So we're using the same ratio, 2 cups of flour to 3 cups of liquid. But I've only got 1.5 cups of flour, I don't quite have enough. So I know that I'm going to need less liquid, but how much less? If I put too much in, it's going to be watery pancakes. If I don't put enough, they're going to be lumpy. I've got to make sure I get the right amount. So I'm going to try and look for something a little bit easier. I've had 1 cup of flour. Well, that's half as much as I started with. So if I had 1 cup of flour, I'd need half the amount of liquid as well. So I'd need 1.5 cups of liquid. Then I could say if I want half a cup of flour, I'm halving it again. What's half of 1.5? Do we know? It's 3/4. So for 1 cup of flour, I need 1.5 cups of liquid. For half a cup of flour, I need 3/4 of a cup of liquid. If I want 1.5, I'm going to add these two together. So I'm going to have 1.5 plus 3/4. 1 is 4/4. A half is 2/4. And I'm adding on 3/4. So let's see how many I've got altogether. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9/4. And that's the same as 2 and 1/4. So if I only had 1.5 cups of flour, I would need 2.25 cups of liquid. That's the hardest you'll get. You're going to try some of the examples in exercise 11E on page 100. There are a lot of nice examples on page 99. So please have a little look through these and see if you can work out how they're calculating the answers if you're not sure of anything.